This is one of the most cruel and unfair situations I've ever seen happen at the Olympics.
The Paris Olympics saw a shocking controversy when 25-year-old Algerian boxer Imane Khalid faced Italian boxer Angela Carini in the welterweight division. After just 46 seconds, Carini retired due to 2 hard punches to the face, allowing Khalid to advance to the quarterfinals. This dramatic match has sparked intense debate and raised questions about fairness in the sport. Stay tuned for more.
The story, of course, is that this Algerian boxer, Imane Khalid, is identifying as a woman. She's in women's boxing. There's a lot of talk that
Imane Khalid, an Algerian boxer, competes in women's boxing but has faced controversy. Despite identifying as a woman, she has been disqualified in the past for having XY chromosomes and failing gender tests. This has sparked debate over whether someone with these issues should be allowed to compete in women's sports, particularly in a high-contact sport like boxing. Such controversies are not new, but continue to provoke strong reactions.
First of all, the women's boxing today in Paris featured a bout between Algeria's Imane Khalid and Italy's Angela Carini.
In the women's boxing bout at the Paris Olympics, Algeria's Imane Khalid and Italy's Angela Carini squared off. The match was cut short after just 46 seconds when Khalid delivered a punch so forceful that Carini called it the hardest she'd ever experienced. Carini, visibly shaken, did not acknowledge Khalid after the fight.
In a brief but intense 46-second exchange, Algeria's Imane Khalid and Italy's Angela Carini traded blows in the ring at the Paris Olympics, leaving Carini convinced her Olympic debut was over.
In a brief but intense 46-second bout at the Paris Olympics, Algeria's Imane Khalid and Italy's Angela Carini exchanged powerful blows, resulting in Carini unexpectedly forfeiting the match. Overwhelmed by Khalid's strong punches, Carini walked away from the ring and broke down in tears, saying she had never been hit so hard. Last year, Khalid was disqualified from the Women's World Championships in Delhi due to elevated testosterone levels, but the IOC allowed her to compete in the Olympics.
The Italian government have been getting involved as well. The Italian Families Minister spoke about their concerns of an Italian boxer fighting.
Italian officials and families have voiced concerns about the fairness of the fight between Italy's Angela Carini and Algeria's Imane Khalid, questioning the gender criteria and the match's fairness. Meanwhile, a UN Special Rapporteur for Violence Against Women supported Carini's decision to walk out, citing concerns for the safety of women and girls in the ring. This situation highlights the complex and contentious nature of the debate surrounding gender and fairness in boxing.
In New Delhi last year. At the time, sporting officials alleged that the boxer failed to an unspecified test because they had male chromosomes.
In New Delhi last year, officials claimed that Imane Khalid failed an unspecified test due to having male chromosomes. Despite this, Khalid was born a woman and has always competed in women's sports.
After Khalid's victory, a firestorm of misinformation and lies took over the social media world. Some of those lies were that Khalid is a biological man and a transgender woman.
Following Imane Khalid's victory, a wave of misinformation and lies swept across social media. Some claimed she was a biological man and a transgender woman using a loophole to gain an unfair advantage. However, after thorough research, it is clear that Imane Khalid is a biological woman who has always identified as such. In Algeria, her birthplace, changing one's gender is essentially illegal. Khalid has consistently competed in women's boxing categories. Despite the controversy, Imane Khalid is biologically female and has struggled against gender-based barriers in her home country of Algeria, where transitioning is not legally permitted. The International Boxing Association, which disqualified Khalid, has been banned from the Olympics since 2019 due to disputes with the IOC. The IOC upholds Khalid's eligibility, asserting that all female athletes comply with competition rules. Algeria's Olympic Committee criticized the disqualification as a deliberate and unfair attack on Kiev.
Turns out that Imane Khalid had tested previously for high levels of testosterone.
Imane Khalid who has been tested for high testosterone levels and has an XY chromosome pattern, has ignited considerable debate. Typically, women have XX chromosomes, which raises questions about the fairness of her competing in women's events. Although the Olympic Committee has approved her participation, this decision has been controversial. Logan Paul, the WWE superstar and influencer, recently denounced the situation, calling it the purest form of evil, and criticizing the idea of a man competing against a woman on such a prominent stage, emphasizing the emotional and ethical concerns involved.
Imane Khalid has lost 6 times in her professional career to other women.
So women have beat her. So
yes,
we
this
don't
isn't
want to
some unstoppable lab experiment of a person.
Imane Khalid has faced defeat 6 times in her professional boxing career against other women, proving she is not unbeatable despite her impressive skill. If the situation were reversed and Khalid were fighting men, there would likely be even greater outrage. The controversy highlights the complexity of gender and competition in sports. Given these issues, some argue that perhaps she should not be competing in the Olympics.
The Algerian boxer was born female, was registered female, lived her life as a female, boxed as a female, has a female passport. This is not.
The Algerian boxer was born female, registered as female, and has always lived and competed as a female, including using a female passport. This situation is not about a transgender individual competing against women. Scientifically, it is confirmed that she is a woman. So any claims of a gender discrepancy are unfounded. It's crucial to address and correct any misunderstandings surrounding this issue.
That's out of her control. The fact that she's been beaten by 9 females says it all. This young girl is not a man competing against women. She's a woman who's being unfairly judged.
Imane Khalid is a woman who has faced unfair judgment. As a teenager, she defended herself against boys in her village, leading her to boxing. Lacking a local boxing gym, she had to travel to another village, selling scrap metal and having her mother sell couscous to afford the bus fare. Khalid is neither a biological man nor a transgender woman. She is simply a woman pursuing her dreams. It's crucial to get your facts right before making judgments or using someone's story for personal agendas. On March 24, 2023, the International Boxing Association, IBA, disqualified Ling Uting and Imane Khalid from the Women's World Boxing Championships. This decision was based on their failure to meet the eligibility criteria for female competitors. Instead of testosterone tests, they underwent a confidential evaluation, which indicated they had a competitive edge over other women. Ling Uting did not challenge this decision, making it final. Imane Khalid did appeal, but withdrew her appeal, making the disqualification legally binding. The reasons behind Khalid's decision to withdraw from the appeal process remain unclear.
Allowed Imane Khalid and Taiwan's Ling Uting to compete in the 2024 Paris Olympics, despite failing the gender eligibility test for the World Boxing Championship.
Imane Khalid and Taiwan's Vinh Nhu Tu are set to compete in the 2024 Paris Olympics, even though they previously failed the gender eligibility test for the World Boxing Championships. This decision has reignited the gender debate in sports. The World Championships, organized by the International Boxing Association, IBA, are not recognized by the International Olympic Committee, IOC, due to corruption and financial issues. This controversy has intensified discussions around gender in sports. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, in a gesture of support, consoled the boxer in a photo shared on Imane's Instagram.
Welcome to Excellent MMA. The last person to beat Imane Khalid speaks out in support of the Algerian boxer amid controversy at the Paris Olympics.
Amy Broadhurst, the last person to defeat Imane Khalid, has publicly backed the Algerian boxer amid the Paris Olympics controversy. She remarked, "I've received many messages about Imane. I don't think she's cheated. It's simply how she was born. The fact she's lost to 9 other women speaks for itself." Additionally, UFC legend Ra Onos has defended Angela Keeney, stressing the immense dedication required to compete at the Olympic level. Onos condemned the idea of allowing a man to fight a woman, calling it unacceptable and labeling supporters as sick. What are your thoughts on this? Share your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoy our channel, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, And make sure to click the bell icon to stay updated for more content like this. See you next time.